Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all once again to the book 2 in An-Nahw al-Wadih. Gradually, we are making positive progress. We are done with book 1 of the An-Nahw al-Wadih. Inshallah, we start in the book 2 from this lesson. Okay, so the book 2 here again, it starts with this design here is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It's Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim that he has designed like that. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Okay, so he's starting a new chapter, so he starts with saying Basmala afresh. Okay, we have تقسيم الفعل إلى صحيح الآخر ومعتل الآخر. We've already seen a topic like تقسيم الفعل باعتبار زمنه. I think we've seen a topic like that where we discuss فعل ماضي, فعل مضارع, and then فعل أمر, where we said dividing classifying verbs in terms of their tense, the time they occur in. So فعل ماضي for the past, فعل مضارع for the present, and فعل الأمر will also take care of the future, as some say. So today we are looking at تقسيم الفعل إلى صحيح الآخر ومعتل الآخر. The two keywords are صحيح الآخر and then معتل الآخر. Or let's just take these two to make it very clear, صحيح and معتل. When we say صحيح, even out of this grammar, when we take it out, we use it everyday language. When we say صحيح, we mean something that is accurate, and we can give صحيح to something that is healthy. Anything that is in its good form, we can give it صحيح. And معتل is from the verb اعتل. When we say اعتل فلان, this person has fallen sick. اعتل بمعنى مرض. معتل is from that. So معتل means weak or sick. Now back to grammar. When you hear صحيح, we mean consonant or alphabets aside alif, waw, yai. In the Arabic alphabets that we have, when you take out alif, the stick, sometimes written as yai without the dot. When you take alif out, you take yai out, and then you take waw out. The rest are called huruf sahiha. That is, they are consonants. They have consonant sounds. Now the mu'tal, they are the long vowels, alif, waw, yai. Some shorten it and they say y. When you bring the waw first and then the alif and then the yai, then you can get y, as in English why. Okay, so when we say تقسيم الفعل, classification of verbs, إلى صحيح الآخر, into those with consonant endings or those with strong endings or healthy endings, bimana they do not have the weak letter at its end. ومعتل الآخر, and verbs that have weak letters at their end. So we are classifying verbs in two: those that have a very strong ending and those that have weak letter endings. Okay, let's get into the subject and then we will understand this. Al-amthila, examples, says alqa. Now we are looking at the verbs, so we will be highlighting the verbs. Alqa as-sayyadu shabakatahu. The hunter, in this case, as-sayyad is given to hunter. Anybody who hunts for anything is a hunter, because the verb is sada yasidu, to hunt for. So whatever you hunt, you are called, when you are said to be a sayyad, whatever you hunt, it fits you. But in this case, they use it to refer to a fisherman. The fisherman. So alqa sayyadu, the fisherman threw. Alqa bimana to throw. If I take this thing and I throw it off, I alqaytu haza. Alqaytu. Alqaytu mindili. I threw my handkerchief away. Okay, so alqa sayyadu shabakatahu. The fisherman has thrown his net. Shabaka, ending with tau here, is net. The net they use to fish. Any other net is also shabaka. We use shabaka for network also. Like when you're talking to somebody, the person will tell you, La asma' jayidan, La asma' jayidan. I can't hear you well. So when the person tells you, La asma' jayidan, I can't hear you well, then you tell the person, Ashabakatu da'ifatun. The network is weak. Ashabaka, the network is weak. It is also used in that sense. Okay, so the fisherman threw his net. Da'a, another verb. Da'a al-maridu at-tabiba. The patient, al-marid, the patient, the sick person, called the doctor. Yalqa al-musi'u jaza'ahu. The verb here, yalqa. Al-musi'u is the culprit or the one who commits a crime. From the verb asa'a. The verb is asa'a, to do wrong. So al-musi'u is the one who does wrong. So here is the culprit or the criminal. Yalqa al-musi'u jaza'ahu. Anyone who does wrong will meet his reward. Yalqa, to meet. Okay. We have khashiya. That is our verb. Khashiya Muhammadun Rabbahu. Muhammad feared his Lord, or had the fear of God. Khashiyan bimana, to fear. We have in the Quran, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَا. The scholars among the scholars among the servants of Allah have the fear of Allah. Okay. We have abgi, our verb here, Ridwa al-walidaini. Abgi ridwa al-walidaini. I seek. Abgi, I seek or I desire the pleasure. Ridwa bimana, pleasure. The pleasure of my parents. Walidaini. I seek the pleasure of the parents. Like that. Yabni al-banna'u masjidan. The builder, al-banna'u, is the one who builds. You can see the similarity between bana and banna'u. So bana bimana, to build, banna'u, the one who is building. So a builder is called banna'u. The builder is building masjidan, he's building a mosque. Okay, now let me do Arab. Let me do the grammatical analysis, though we will come to learn really how to do grammatical analysis. But then let me do grammatical analysis of one simple verbal sentence here. We have Yabni al-banna'u masjidan. Yabni, we will say, is fi'l mudari. Fi'lun mudari. Let's do a short. Fi'l mudari marfu'un. Because we've learned that fi'l mudari, if it's not preceded by anything, it is marfu'. So you say fi'l mudari marfu'un. Let's cut it there. Al-banna'u fa'ilun marfu'un. He is the fa'il, he is the doer. Masjidan will be maf'ulun bihi, mansubun. Maf'ulun bihi is mansub. But the fi'l mudari is marfu'. Al-banna'u is marfu' because it's fa'il. Masjidan is maf'ulun bihi, is the object in the sentence. So it comes mansub. Okay. We have number 4, sarwa ar-rajulu. The verb is sarwa. Sarwa bimana asbaha kariman or asbaha sharifan. To become noble, to become generous, to become noble. The verb is sarwa. So we have sarwa ar-rajulu. The man has become noble, or the man has attained some honor. Okay. Tasfu as-sama'u. Tasfu from the verb safa. Tasfu bimana to become clear, to become free or filled. To tasfu as-sama'u, the sky is becoming clear. And then we have yadnu faslu shita. Yadnu is our verb. Faslu shita is winter season. Fasl here bimana season. Fasl sometimes will mean class, the classroom. If you remember in just our last upload in Al-Qira'atul Rashida lessons, if you have watched it, you realize that there was a mention of, the topic is an-nazafa. You realize that there was a mention of fasl. I think fi fasl shahidin or fi fasl, one of the guys' names, in the class of something, not season. So you look at the context, which we call siyaqul kalam. The siyaqul kalam, which is the context, at times gives you the exact meaning of the word you should use. So we have yadnu faslu shita. The winter season is drawing nigh, is drawing close. Yadnu. Dana, yadnu. To come close. Okay. In Maqamat al-Hariri, Hariri's assembly, these stories he wrote, some amazing Arabic material. In it, there was a portion where the sentence came like, Udnu fakul. One was sitting and he's telling the other, Udnu fakul. Sit down or come down and eat. Bimana, come closer to us and eat. Wa in shi'ita fakum wa kul. Or if you don't want to, kum, get up, wa kul, and say what you want. So he was calling this person to come and eat. Then he said, Udnu fakul. Come close and eat. So the verb is dana, to come close. Okay, we have azlama. There is our verb here. Azlama al-makanu. The place has become dark. The place has become dark. Okay. Ittaqada al-misbahu. The lamp has been lit, or the lamp has become lit. Yastahimmu al-ghilmanu. The verb is yastahimmu, to swim. Al-ghilman is the plural of gulam, a boy, young boy. So gilman is young boys. So the young boys are swimming. Okay, now take good note of these verbs that we have. We've already explained that al-mu'tal al-akhir. Mu'tal al-akhir is the one with the weak letter at the end. And the weak letters we said are three: alif, waw, yai. So you realize that in this set we have alqa, where alif is ending it, da'a, alif is ending the verb, yalqa is alif ending the verb. You can see here khashiya, the ending is yai. Abghi, the ending is yai. Yabni, the ending is yai. Okay, now to here you have sarwa, ends with waw. Tasfu ends with waw. Yadnu ends with waw. So the first three we have alif, yai, waw. These are af'al mu'tallatul akhir, verbs that have weak endings. And then we look at the last three. Azlama ends with mim, which is a strong letter. Harfun sahih. Ittaqada, dal is also a harfun sahih. Yastahimu is also a strong letter. Okay, now let's get into the explanation. Al-Bahs. He says, Al-Kalimatu, the words alqa, da'a, yalqa. So these verbs, and for the record, these verbs looks close. Alqa and yalqa. Alqa is he threw. That is the root of the verb, alqa. But yalqa has been converted to the present tense, and the root is not alqa. The root should be noted is laqiya. Laqiya, to meet. Laqiya yalqa. Alqa, the present tense will be yulqi. Yulqi. Let's take note of that. And yalqa, alqa, the alqa, yulqi, the first one, to throw, is sometimes used to mean to say something. sometimes the president or any big person will come and give a speech, and you hear ألقى الرئيس كلمة في المؤتمر. The president gave a speech in the conference. ألقى الرئيس كلمة في المؤتمر. The president gave a speech in the conference. So take note of the difference. ألقى is the root. The present tense becomes يلقي. يلقي. And then يلقى is also the present tense. Its past tense is لقية. They are not the same verbs. Okay, so we have الكلمات ألقى ودعا ويلقي ويلقى في الأمثلة الثلاثة الأولى كلها أفعال. So these ones are all verbs in the first three examples. وآخر كل منها ألف. The ending of each of these is alif, whether it is written as alif al-maksura, you know, the alif that looks like yai. It is written like yai, but then it does not have the dot. That is a way of writing alif. And writing it like a stick like this is also another way. So it says all these three verbs, its endings are alif. لأنه ينطق بها ألفا, because it is pronounced as alif. ألقى, دعا, يلقى. Because it looks like yai, we don't pronounce it like yai. It's alif. And he is trying to tell us that because it is pronounced as alif, so we consider it as alif. And he says وَالْمُعَوَّلُ عَلَيْهِ. وَالْمُعَوَّلُ عَلَيْهِ, that which we depend on. هنا النطق is the pronunciation. لَلْ كِتَابَ, not the writing. So we don't depend on the way it is written to say that it is yai. No, it is the way it is pronounced. It is pronounced as alif, and so it is alif. It says وَتُسَمَّى هذه الأفعال أفعالا معتلة الآخر. وتسمى هذه الأفعال أفعالا معتلة الآخر. These verbs are called weak ending verbs. أفعال معتلة الآخر, weak ending verbs. Okay. والكلمات, the words ثروة, تصفو, يدنو, these ones في الأمثلة الثلاثة الثانية كلها أفعال, same expression, they are all verbs. وآخر كل منها, and the ending of each of them here is wow, not as alif as we found here. Okay. وتسمى أيضا أفعالا معتلة الآخر, and these are also called أفعال معتلة الآخر because they also end with wow. Okay, so it says والكلمات, and the words, a moment please, I think we should shift here. Okay, this is better. Okay, so he says the words خشية, أبغي, يبني, these words في الأمثلة الثلاثة الثالثة, the third three examples, which are these ones, ثروة الرجل, تصفو السماء, يدنو فصل الشتاء. These three examples says كلها أفعال, all these three are verbs. وآخر كل منها يا, and each of them ends with a ya. وتسمى كذلك أفعالا معتلة الآخر, and these are also called أفعال معتلة الآخر. First one they end with alif, second waw, third yai. They are all أفعال معتلة الآخر. He brings us and he says والكلمات, and the words أظلم, اتقد, يستحم, these three words في الأمثلة الثلاثة الأخيرة, in the last three examples, كلها أفعال, they are also all verbs. وآخر كل منها ليس ألفا, the ending of each of these three, أظلم, اتقد, and يستحم, none of them ends with alif, ولا واو, ولا ياي. They don't have these letters at the end. وتسمى أفعالا صحيحة الآخر, they are called أفعال صحيحة الآخر because their ending is neither waw, alif or yai. Okay, now to the qaida. Al-qawaid, the grammatical rulings we can just pick from this. So after the whole lesson, these qawaid, you just need to memorize them or understand them very well so that you can easily re-say it even if it's not the same vocabulary. Okay, so it says al-fi'l al-mu'tal al-akhir, the verb that has weak ending or the weak ending verb, huwa ma kana akhiruhu, it is that whose ending is alifan aw wawan aw ya'an. It is that which either ends with an alif or waw or ya. وتسمى هذه الأحرف الثلاثة بأحرف الإلة. And these three letters, alif, waw, ya, these three letters, they are called أحرف الإلة, or some will prefer to say حروف الإلة. They are the same thing. Okay, and it says الفعل الصحيح الآخر, the strong ending verbs or the consonant ending verbs, huwa ma lam yakun akhiruhu, it is that whose ending is devoid of harfan, a letter, min ahruf al-illa as-salasa, it is that which is devoid of the three weak letters. When we say al-fi'l as-sahih al-akhir, a verb, a strong ending verb, we mean the one that does not have alif, waw or ya at its end. This is basically the lesson. All the long talk is just to make sure we capture everything so that whoever is with us will be able to flow with the system and understand everything completely. Okay. Oh, the word shabaka, sometimes you hear a shubak, window. It's also from this thing, because shabaka, the net itself has holes. Try to connect words together. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this interesting meeting with you guys. Please share the lesson for anyone that you think the person would like to watch, or just share it. You might not know who needs it. And also, if you've not subscribed, do well to subscribe and hit on the bell icon such that you get notified, inshallah, whenever any lesson drops. Okay, we will make gradual steadily moves like this, and then gradually, inshallah, you find yourself very good with grammar, and then we will all be done together, inshallah. We will be there. Until we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.